Here's more wrestling news for June 24th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: Rey Mysterio clears up rumors about facing son Dominik inside WWE ring. Tony Khan fires back at criticism of AEW dropping 8 figures on video game investment. WCW was very disorganized, then Vince Russo made it 10 times worse. Tony Khan takes a major dig at former WWE writer. Diamond Mine plans pushed back several times before WWE NXT debut. Wrestler disrupts school board meeting with rant about wearing masks. WWE wrestler says WWE lied to his face on several occasions. Backstage fight between 2 released WWE superstars have come to light, and more. We're starting this video with Dominik Mysterio, who has impressed fans since his in-ring debut last year. Facing off against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam 2020, Dominik has since been teaming with his father, Rey Mysterio, winning the SmackDown tag titles at WrestleMania Backlash. Of course, there's been talks of the father-son team eventually splitting and one day having a feud of their own, but that won't be happening according to Rey, who told Alistair McGeorge of the Metro, "We actually talked about this a while back when my son started to train. The more and more we got to spend time together in the ring and outside of the ring, it came to the point where me and my son were like, there's no need. The connection here is so beautiful, the love, more than father and son. I think we're like best friends. For the moment, there's no time for us to even be thinking, how would it be like to face each other? We're enjoying such a great moment right now within our personal lives, within our wrestling careers. For me, it's a complete blessing, before I end up retiring, to have been able to share these moments with my son. So that thought of possibly facing each other, I think, was thrown down the trash a while back." Rey may feel there's no need for a match against his son, but WWE could always book it against his wishes. But for now, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions are more than happy being on the same page. AEW news now, and despite the massive popularity of Tony Khan's promotion and the massive amount of merchandise sold, the company is yet to turn a profit. That's because of the major investment in their video games division, which is reportedly an 8-digit number. And while speaking to PW Insider, Tony Khan fired back at critics of the decision to go all in with video games. He said, "It's crazy because that's going to be an even bigger investment that's going to pay off huge. I've made this huge 8-figure investment into video games, but we won't see any revenue from that until 2022. That's why it's not going to pay off in 2021 on our books. We are going to deliver a great game for people next year and are going to make a ton of money. We'll be very profitable on all things next year." So far, AEW has released one mobile game and a GM app is under development, though the main focus is on their upcoming wrestling game for consoles. That game is expected to release in early 2022, though details are scarce, and such a huge investment and a ton of talk, we can only hope that the game lives up to the hype. More from AEW now, as the company is the first wrestling show on TNT since WCW, something that Tony Khan knows all too well. In fact, when Khan pitched the idea of AEW to Kevin Riley, the then president of TBS, WCW came up, as the company thrived on TNT with Nitro before it all came crashing down. Appearing on Pardon My Take recently, Khan gave his reasons as to what went wrong with WCW. Some of the things that went wrong for WCW were giving creative control to a lot of the wrestlers, and some of the storylines were asinine. Some of the ideas were great, but it was a very disorganized show. And then when they brought somebody else in from the WWF to be a writer, Vince Russo, he made it 10 times worse. He took a problem, they had a massive hangnail, and he just chopped off the arm. That was part of the problem. Then, you had another major issue, which was the management. Most successful wrestling companies have had one supreme commander at the top. He's owned it, booked everything, run the place, run management. Whether it's Vince McMahon organizing everything, Cowboy Bill Watts, Eddie Graham, Fritz Von Erich, countless others. That made sense as a business model. Strong management, WCW didn't have, and I could provide. I'm a more organized booker than anyone WCW had. Though Riley left Turner Media in August 2020, the partnership between Turner and AEW continues to thrive, with AEW adding Rampage this August before both Rampage and Dynamite moved to TBS in 2022. On this week's NXT, the Diamond Mine was finally revealed as the Malcolm Bivens-led stable includes Tyler Rust, Hideki Suzuki, and Roderick Strong. It was previously reported that WWE was planning on focusing more on the cruiserweight division in NXT, and now Fightful reports that the Diamond Mine is part of those plans. It's also reported that the Diamond Mine has been in the works for months, ever since Strong quit NXT in April in a storyline, and that there were plans for the Diamond Mine to have debuted before, but WWE held it back. In fact, it's reported that WWE nixed plans for the stable to debut on more than one occasion, but the decision to postpone the group was done so that they could take center stage on an episode of NXT. It's also been confirmed that neither Tessa Blanchard nor Parker Boudreaux were meant for the stable, despite fan speculation. The group certainly left an impact this week, closing NXT with their assault on Cruiserweight champion Kushida, and we'll have to see what the Diamond Mine does next. Earlier this year, former NXT referee Drake Wirtz stirred up some controversy for sharing debunked, baseless QAnon conspiracies at a Seminole County Board of Commissioners, especially about mask wearing. Whilst Wirtz's comments garnered a litany of backlash, Joey Janela is on his side, and we mean that literally. This week, the bad boy showed up at a Seminole County School Board meeting, sat next to Wirtz, and was heard ranting against children wearing masks, shouting over people who were speaking at the time. In a tweet, Janela said he put on his good clothes for the meeting, and it's reported that Janela didn't appear on the stand, nor was he called upon to speak, though that didn't stop him. Clearly, the people running the meeting didn't appreciate Janela's ranting, as he tweeted that he was kicked out after 5 minutes for yelling at a doctor, and though he claimed the doctor was lying, provided no evidence of this claim. When a fan tweeted about the bad boy calling him a QAnon idiot, in a tweet that also mentioned Jim Cornette, Janela replied with an animated GIF from the 1989 Batman movie, but replacing the bat signal with a Q signal. Later, the wrestler shared a Janela for School Board President graphic running on a policy against mask mandates for children, and will continue to monitor this story for further updates. Last year, WWE made the decision to split up Heavy Machinery, and whilst Otis remains in WWE, it wasn't much long after the split that Tucker was released. Tucker wasn't used much on TV after the team disbanded, and whilst speaking to Wrestle Talk recently, opened up about his tenure in the company. He explained that for Hell in a Cell 2020, the day of their split, Tucker wasn't even booked for the show, and only received a call at 1 p.m. that afternoon to come to the Thunderdome. Tucker didn't even know that he was going to turn heel on his tag partner until 4 p.m., mere hours before the pay-per-view went live, where he cost Otis his Money in the Bank contract. When asked about Otis's run with the briefcase, Tucker said he believes it was a last-minute decision, adding, "I feel like I was definitely lied to straight to my face on multiple occasions." Now, Tucker is out of WWE and is waiting for his 90-day non-compete clause to expire, and we'll have to see what the future holds for the former Heavy Machinery star. Fans can at least relive Heavy Machinery on the WWE Network on Peacock, which will soon be available in even more homes. It's been confirmed that Peacock will launch on Amazon Fire TV today as part of NBC Universal's ever-expanding reach, and time will tell if having the WWE Network on a new platform has any impact on the number of subscribers. And we're ending with WWE, and though fans can watch action in the ring every single week, sometimes the hardest-hitting action takes place behind the scenes. Over the years, there's been several backstage fights, and few superstars have been as eager to throw down behind the scenes than Sin Cara. This week, former WWE superstar Aiden English discussed Sin Cara's temper, discussing a backstage fight in 2016 that the Masked Star had with Simon Gotch. English told Sportskeeda that though he wasn't present at the fight in Tucson, Arizona, the fight happened in catering, and that he saw Gotch walking towards the doctor's office with an ice pack on his face. English confirmed the long-standing rumor that a soda can was thrown during the fight, and said that something was said between the two that led to fists being thrown. The vaudevillain added that he loves Sin Cara, but that he gets hot-headed and gets mad easily, and chalked this fight up to a lot of testosterone being in the wrestling locker room. Neither Gotch nor Sin Cara are in WWE now, as they were released in 2017 and 2019 respectively, and have thankfully not had a rematch since this infamous fight from 2016. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.